Live. This evening, we are bringing you a very, very burning issue. The issue is, who stole my home? Now, this might appear very common as far as those living in the mega cities are concerned, the metro cities are concerned. Why so? Because we are talking about incomplete homes. Homes that you have paid for, homes that you have taken loans for, yet the home is yet to be delivered. Now, in a significant development, today the Yamuna Expressway Industrial Development Authority, also known as YEIDA, has granted approval for a resolution plan presented by the Mumbai-based real estate developer Suraksha Group. This resolution plan pertains to the long-standing stalled realty projects of Jaypee Infratech Limited, a company that had filed for bankruptcy. However, this approval comes with a crucial stipulation. Suraksha Group must provide an additional compensation of approximately 64.7% for the land acquisition to the affected farmers. The primary aim of this approval is to offer a glimmer of hope to over 20,000 home buyers who have been anxiously waiting for over a decade now to take possession of their homes. The journey leading to this momentous decision began March 7th, 2023, when the National Company Law Tribunal, also known as NCLT, gave its nod to the resolution plan submitted by the Suraksha Group, also known as Suraksha Realty. Now, why it is important? This marks a pivotal step in the insolvency proceedings involving the Jaypee Group, the Jaypee Infratech, a company that had faced challenges in delivering houses units as initially promised in various housing projects situated in Noida and Greater Noida in the National Capital Region. The approval of this resolution plan offers a ray of hope to the affected home buyers in Delhi and NCR who can now look forward to finally realizing their long-cherished dreams of home ownership. The decision signals progress towards resolving a protracted issue that has left many individuals in a state of uncertainty for years now. As the plan moves forward, it is expected to provide a sense of relief and optimism to the countless individuals who have invested their aspirations and resources in these housing projects. All right. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that this is a critical issue, an issue that concerns almost all of us, the new home buyers, the ones who want to shift from rented accommodation to their own houses, be it big or small, needless to say. So I'm sure for all the viewers who are watching us, you can also call us. The numbers will be momentarily flashed on the screen. You can share your concerns. There we have it, number 0120-468-4881. You can call us, share your concerns, share your predicament, and also if you are also looking for relief and if you're also looking for immediate solution to this never-ending crisis, do share your thoughts. Now, we are also joined today by an eminent panel of guests. We have Pradeep Mishra, real estate expert. We have Samir Jasuja, MD Prop Equity, and we have Nilesh Kumar, Unitech home buyer. Nilesh, by any degree, let me come to you first. Please share with us your predicament, your story. What happened? Kya hua tha?
Along with me, there are close to 35,000 Unitech buyers across the country who are suffering since 2008. I mean, they are facing double whammy of paying EMI and paying the rentals also. So the cost was huge, and 15 years is a big time for any project to be delivered. Now, if I talk about Unitech in particular, in 2000, government came up with the new management. So, I mean, the new management in the past 3 years could not hand over a single flat. We have been in touch with the new management. We cannot approach the court. The matter is pending in Supreme Court. Overall, Supreme Court, I mean, I will say that since February 2023, there has not been any hearing in the Supreme Court also. So, I mean, the management is insensitive. The government is being insensitive. The Supreme Court, I don't know whether I should say this or not, but Supreme Court is being also insensitive. So when we speak with the management, they say that, okay, this is the thing is in the Supreme Court hand. So, I mean, we cannot approach the Supreme court. The management has additional solicitor general to present their case in the court, but still nothing is coming out actually. Apart from that, apart from those who have not those who have not got the delivery of their flats, there are so many people also who are living in the Unitech, which the possession has been given, maybe the provisional or maybe the ad hoc basis. But the condition of people living there also is equally pathetic. So the management is being insensitive, new management, the board is there since 2000. So 3 years also is also a big time, but not a single flat so far has been delivered. Supreme Court is equally being insensitive, and where do the buyers go? On the top of it, where do the buyers go? I mean, government is thinking that maybe they are middle class buyers, so they are born to pay taxes to the country, they are born to suffer everything. So I mean, where will the buyers go? Every day we have to work on. Suppose, I mean, I will just say you on maybe at 6:50, if somehow we call the new management people, they say, okay, you don't get time during the day, you don't get time during the regular working day. So we say that we have to work to pay the EMIs. We have to work to pay the EMIs. So we get time at that point of time only. So I mean, this is all a matter of insensitiveness. Utter insensitiveness is there, and buyers have nowhere to go to because they also have to earn for their EMIs. They also have to earn for their family. They also have to earn for their rentals.
Absolutely.
So I mean, and this is not very difficult. I'm telling, this is not very difficult. And on the top of it, look at the management side, new management or the government. When the government has formed the board, why they have not included any buyers in the Unitech management? Buyers are the most affected parties. I mean, in the highest level of problem is with the buyers. So buyers have not been included. So I mean, look at the insensitiveness. New management has joined since 2020. They should conduct at least one monthly call with the buyers. I mean, maybe representation of the buyers, but do they do? No. So I mean, no one is bothered actually. That's why the project is not being delivered. That is it. And buyers have nowhere to go.
Buyers have nowhere to go, Nilesh. This is something, I'm sorry to interrupt here, but you are actually echoing the exact sentiment how most of the home buyers see it and the way they have been cornered as of now. Samir Jasuja, MD Property Equity, joins us. Samir ji, now looking at what Nilesh is saying, obviously the situation is no different for any other home buyer who is still languishing and waiting for the delivery of the home. Can or have we been able to pinpoint कि problem कहाँ है? Because what Nilesh mentions, he is correct in his own regard, and I am sure when you go to Unitech buyer or any builder, they will come up with something else. They will come up with some problem. तो कहाँ समस्या कहाँ है? एक जगह है या बहुत सारी जगह समस्या है?
You see, you have to break this down into 2-3 buckets. Now, one bucket would be that if the developer has not been taken into NCLT, he still is in control of the project. That problem has to be resolved by the developer itself. And why it does not get resolved is because he has diverted the funds of the project into other land banks and in other by paying interest to the various loans that he took to buy the land. Because that interest meter kept on going up. So there the problem is to be addressed by the developer, and then of course the consumer has to either go to RERA or has to go to the consumer courts or to the high court to try and get some resolution. Now what has happened is what the government has done right in order to slow down this situation in terms of other developers defaulting is that rightfully so, they actually, wherever the home buyers were concerned who were not getting projects or their apartments on time, they took that very proactive step of putting developers behind bars. Whether it is Unitech or whether it is Amarpali, they did take that step, a very extreme step of putting the developer behind the bars. Right? So in that case, and these projects then have to be mostly have gone into NCLT. Now, if you look at Amarpali, for example, it has been taken over by a government body and a professional broking services, Anarock, has also been hired to sell the balance apartments to recuperate the money to develop the projects. Right? So the second bucket is the NCLT bucket, right? Where a developer has been taken into NCLT and the NCLT process is very slow, and we don't have reputed developers who are wanting to come into those projects because there's a lot of mess in those projects, right?
Right. Mess is there,
The
definitely.
government has very limited choice, which is just NBCC, which is the government PSU, to be able to hand over the project to them to complete that project, right? And that project also will take time to get completed because NBFC is a PSU and it takes time to for a PSU to complete such projects, right?
Right.
The third bucket, which is the best bucket actually, is where the government should proactively participate and ensure that that happens, is by giving it to the Swami Fund, which was specially set up as a last mile funding organization in collaboration with the government and SBI, where the financier in form of Swami Fund is ensuring that the funds are there in place, and he's ensuring that the project gets delivered via through contractors, keeping the buyers also interest in mind, and selling off the unsold inventory to recover the dues, right? So these are the three avenues open to, and of course the fourth avenue, which through the NCLT route, for example, this award of Jaypee Homebuyers resolution through Suraksha. So we can talk about it later in the program if you want to discuss that in detail.
Right, Samir, we have a caller also. Pooja from Noida, I presume is there. Pooja, please go ahead. आप अपनी बात रख सकती हैं.
हाँ जी, see, I bought the 2 flats in Unitech in 2009. Okay, that was a pre-launch, and till now I am waiting. I don't understand paying for 2 EMI paying for 2 flats and rent too.
Okay.
What मतलब जितने भी आप रूल्स निकाल लो, जो भी मर्जी कर लो, वो मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहे, क्योंकि it's since 2009 we are paying EMI as well as rent. So when we will get this flat?
Rajesh Kalia ji, this is the double whammy that any home buyer faces. They are paying the EMI and now they are also paying the rent. Quite a terrible situation to be in. And when we talk about affordable housing, well, is this the affordability that we are talking about?
No, there are some technical things are there. I'm taking the project in Sector 103 Gurgaon. That is called Spire A and Build Well for the builder in that case. At that time, the project was not under the RERA. So it was started in 2011, and now 2023 is going on. In this project, the High Court have given a revival plan also. We have got a revival plan. We have got another promoter also. But the still project is there. So there are some technicalities which have to be sought out. Which have to be, because there the government intervention is required in these cases.
Government intervention is required. Indeed. See, government intervention is required at many stages, sir. And you know, if you talk about say Noida, Gurgaon, Ghaziabad, or if you go down south to Chennai, obviously one would definitely agree that the authorities, these builders, are also minting a lot of money. So my question to you, Pradeep Mishra ji, you are a real estate expert. Obviously, आप देखते हैं कि किस तरह से उतार चढ़ाव होता है. What are the factors that affect the land rates or the flat rates? But as far as the delivery is concerned, किसी के हाथ में कुछ नहीं रहता है. बायर को घर नहीं मिलता है, बिल्डर बोलता है जी हमारे पैसे बचे हुए हैं, नोएडा अथॉरिटी बोलती है कि भाई पहले उनसे पैसे लो, बैंक बोलता है हमें पैसे दो. तो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे everyone is suffering, it appears to be so. मिश्रा जी,
देखिए मेरा मानना है यहाँ पर कि ये कोई भी अगर एक्ट हो रहा है तो वो अपने आप नहीं होता है. यहाँ पर अथॉरिटी, बिल्डर, नेक्सस, साथ में पॉलिटिशियन नेक्सस भी होता है. जब तक ये नेक्सस नहीं होता तब तक कोई भी काम नहीं होता. देखिए मैं मानता हूँ कि रेरा 2017 में आया, लेकिन क्या इससे पहले अथॉरिटी नहीं थी? क्या अथॉरिटी के पास कंट्रोलिंग पावर नहीं था? हाँ, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी प्री लॉन्चेस हुए, साइफन ऑफ फंड्स हुए, काम की प्रोग्रेस को अथॉरिटी द्वारा मॉनिटर नहीं किया गया। एक डेवलपर द्वारा जिसकी कैपेसिटी बहुत लिमिटेड काम करने की थी, उसने बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट एग्जीक्यूट किए।
जी जी।
अथॉरिटी से ऑक्शन में जो प्रॉपर्टी ली वो इंस्टॉलमेंट प्लान पे ली, जिसकी इंस्टॉलमेंट पे नहीं की। यहाँ अथॉरिटी के ड्यूज भी खड़े हो गए, और जो बायर का मनी था, जो बायर से मनी डेवलपर ने बाय किया, वो साइफन ऑफ फंड कर दिया गया। तो यहाँ पर जब तक ये नेक्सस नहीं ब्रेक होगा, तब तक मेरे को लगता है काम नहीं हो पाएगा। और ये जो मिस्टर नीलेश की कहानी है, ये हर होम बायर की कहानी है। ऑलमोस्ट 50% होम बायर जिन्होंने 2005 से लेकर 2017 के बीच में प्रॉपर्टी बाय की, सब में ये दिक्कत आई है। कहीं लेट पोजीशन मिला है तो कहीं प्रोजेक्ट मिला ही नहीं।
बिल्कुल मिश्रा जी, बिल्कुल
रहने के लिए घर मिला ही नहीं उनको।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, ये बात बिल्कुल आपकी सही है। राजेश कालिया जी, मैं आपसे एक बार फिर से जानना चाह रहा था, यू आर अबाउट टू फिनिश योर थॉट्स ऑल्सो देयर। ये जो रेरा की बात आती है, जब अथॉरिटीज की बात होती है, तो बार बार वन आफ्टर द अदर वी सी अ पैनल इज बीइंग मेड. Now we are talking about Amitabh Kant panel that has also come as far as the Noida societies are concerned. So क्या panel after panel is the only solution? Where is that साख जो भरोसे की एक बात होती है? I think that is completely out of the market.
No, you see, कई प्रोजेक्ट में, जैसे अब मैं अपना ही प्रोजेक्ट ले लेता हूँ. I was the advocate in that case, and I was the agreed person in also in that case. I have paid amount. That amount is clearly evident that they have shifted of the amount to other for some personal work, and they have shifted our amount which we have paid for the actual. We are the actual buyer. So they have shifted our amount to the other projects for their profitability. They are misleading the courts by saying that we are paying the buyback, or we are paying the what do you call that, assured return. But
yes.
What is the fault of the last buyer who invested for the flat? They have not got the flat,
and
so
that's where exactly the whole purpose gets defeated.
Yes.
I mean, coming back to Nilesh, I mean, what the gentlemen are saying is absolutely true. Okay, we will. Yes, Nilesh is there with us now. So Nilesh, I mean, again, ये बात वहीं की वहीं आ जाती है कि where does the buck stop? I mean, you are there, and so many people are there who are stuck. Yes. Please go ahead, share with us. What are the recommendations that you would tell the new home buyers, and what are your hopes?
If I specifically talk about Unitech, because I have been fighting for my own home along with certain buyers, so I will talk specifically about Unitech. Unitech matter is in the hand of courts, and so government, in my opinion, in this case has done its job. Although the government has not involved itself properly after the management control, so new management is there. A retired IAS officer is the chairman. The additional solicitor general is fighting the case of Unitech. So what is the role of overall Supreme Court in this? And why, being the apex court, they are not providing relief? So this people are saying that okay, the government has to act. So government has intervened in this case. Government has given the new management. There are money to be paid by the buyers, and the management is putting at Supreme Court. Supreme Court is putting as management. I have gone through the hearing of the cases also, certain hearing of the cases also. The management is completely indifferent also. So what will the government do in this case? Government has handed over to the management a capable person. Supreme Court is the apex court of the country. So what else in this case, particularly in the Unitech case, can government do? Although government is not following up maybe properly, or government is not thinking it appropriate to follow up, maybe I don't know why. But yes, the government has done its job in this case of Unitech, in my opinion, in my personal opinion.
In your personal opinion, definitely well respected. And मैं आपको बताऊं, Nilesh, when elections come by, once again the promises also start coming up. For the viewers, once again, we are requesting you to, in case you want to share your query and concerns, you can call us on the numbers flashing there, 468-4881, and 0120 is the prefix. Samir ji, talking about giving relief to people like Nilesh, what is it that the government can do as far as the policy formation part is concerned, and something that can immediately address these concerns, or maybe to stop it right in the bud itself?
You see, there is one good thing that has happened in the markets in NCR, whereas because of lack of supply in the market over the last 5 years, the prices have appreciated quite a fair bit, right? So at least one small good news on behalf of these buyers is that the property prices have appreciated, and when they get the home, it will be at a much higher price than the price at which they bought it at, right? That is one small benefit that they will get. Now, what the government has done and what the government should do. With respect to new projects, the government has brought about RERA, and RERA has huge penalties on the developer if he does not complete the project in the stipulated time. So there, even to the value of 10% of the project is charged as penalty, and the developer can be put behind bars. So most of these projects that are there, that are stalled, are their projects before RERA. Now, the government has to get very proactive, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I tried to say previously also, that the government did set up Swami Fund, and because prices have appreciated, now there are many financiers and developers who would be willing to come to the project and complete the project along with the home buyer, take the balance installments of the home buyer, and it's a win-win situation. Right?
Win-win situation.
So, because the properties prices have appreciated, so the government has to ensure that they provide the right developer level playing field to complete the project and remove all the hindrances from the government authorities at least, and waive off certain penalties that they've imposed on the project, because that is very negative for the project to become viable.
Yeah, that's there, sir. I understand your view from from the builder's point of view, if I may say so, because obviously both sides.
A new builder who will come in, would not want to pay the previous penalties, which will make the project unviable.
It will definitely, but again, when we talk about either removing some hindrances or making some concessions, they run into such a huge amount that obviously, I mean, no one is ready actually to bite that bullet. Mishra ji, आप कैसे देखते हैं रेरा को? रेरा का जिक्र बार बार आ रहा है। हम लोग भी जब इस कार्यक्रम के लिए रिसर्च कर रहे थे तो हमने देखा कि रेरा ने जितने केसेस सॉल्व नहीं किए हैं, बल्कि उससे ज़्यादा समस्याएं ही लगता है खड़ी हो गई हैं। और क्या रहा है रोल रेरा का जब से वो अस्तित्व में आया है?
देखिए, रेरा आने के बाद जो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम जो मैं देख पा रहा हूँ, जो आम होम बायर फेस कर रहे हैं, वो ये है कि रेरा के ऑर्डर्स तो आ जाते हैं, लेकिन उन ऑर्डर्स का एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं हो पाता
जी।
यहाँ मेरे को लगता है जुडिशरी पावर और देनी चाहिए, रेरा को स्ट्रांग बनाना चाहिए। लेकिन साथ में यहाँ पर एक और सबसे बड़ी चीज जो वहां मेरे को समय की मांग दिखती है, वो ये है कि यहाँ पर जो मैन फोर्स है, मतलब मैन पावर बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है रेरा के पास, जिसके कारण से बहुत सारी चीजें रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन बनने के बाद भी इग्नोरेंट है। तो मैन पावर यहाँ बढ़ानी पड़ेगी और इफेक्टिव वे में काम करने की जरूरत है। रेरा आने के बावजूद भी बहुत सारी परेशानी जो होम बायर की दूर हो जानी चाहिए थी, वो होती हुई नहीं दिख रही है
जी।
जो डेवलपर के अंदर डर था रेरा को लेकर, वो भी कहीं हद तक अब बहुत कम हो गया। तो यहाँ जो अच्छे डिसीजंस आने की, और जैसा समीर जी ने कहा, अच्छे से पैनलाइज करने की जरूरत है। इवन सिर्फ रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर ही नहीं, रियल एस्टेट एजेंट्स भी जो अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिसेस कर रहे हैं, उनको भी अच्छे से पैनलाइज करने की जरूरत है। तब ये चीजें सुधर पाएंगी। नहीं तो जिस हिसाब से ट्रस्ट मार्केट में वापस आया है, अभी होम बायर इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हैं, इवन अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन प्रॉपर्टीज की सेल्स भी बढ़ी है।
देखिए, रिक्वायरमेंट सबकी ही होती है,
कम हो जाएगी।
बिल्कुल, रिक्वायरमेंट
रेरा को फिर से स्ट्रांग ना किया जाए।
बिल्कुल, नो डाउट, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट रहेगा। Manish Jain joins us from New Delhi. Manish, please go ahead and put your question.
Hello everyone. This again is to add to what Mr. Nilesh said. The government did its job. The Supreme Court appointed a new management for Unitech. But what is the accountability of the new management? It's been 3 years that they've been promising us, आज चालू करेंगे, कल चालू करेंगे, टेंडर कोई नहीं ले रहा है. Whereas some flats were in such a condition that they were about to be handed over. So cannot the private-public partnership be created in such cases where the homeowners get together, they collect the money which is due to the builder, whatever extra assistance is required can be pulled in by the Supreme Court or the new management, and the work can be carried out by the homeowners, because आज की डेट में sufferer कौन है?
home buyer.
I would suggest that there are a lot of people who have been aggrieved. They are willing to come forward to take the charge. They are people from the industry domain, construction industry. They can come over and get the jobs completed, at least for projects which are on the verge of completion.
Right. Right. Rajesh Kalia ji, advocate and president, मैं हूँ राजधानी campaign. If you are there with us still, yes, Rajesh ji, what Manish says is also very crucial. कि steps तो लिए गए, new management तो बना दिया गया, but उनका ambit क्या है? उनको क्या अधिकार क्षेत्र दिया गया है? How does it work? It looks like when we talk about redressal, when we talk about complaint being heard, looks like one more step is being added. और एक और पार्टी उसमें शामिल हो जाती है, and again the same thing starts. ये blame करो, ये blame करो, ये blame करो.
Yes, this is white collar crime. It is called white collar crime because we have to stop at initial stage that if a home project started, then there must be a condition that there is no buyback scheme, there is no assured return scheme, because we have invested our money for a single flat. We have invested all the money of my whole life for a project, for a single home. But they have taken my money to other places, other projected for their profit. So this is what called white collar crime. So it may be deal with the criminal cases. Then it will be stopped. Yeah, it requires a criminal liability for the
criminal liability. नीलेश, मैं फाइनल वर्ड आपको ही दूंगा इससे पहले कि वी शिफ्ट फोकस टू अनदर स्टोरी. नीलेश, वेरी क्विकली, आई नो टाइम इज ऑफ एसेंस, बट स्टिल क्या उम्मीद है? व्हाट इज द फाइनल गुहार? क्या है और किससे है?
देखिए, सबसे पहले तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई वुड थैंक यू फॉर टेकिंग आउट टाइम एंड हाईलाइट द पेन ऑफ द बायर्स. Buyers are in utmost pain. They might not come together because they have to earn for their salary. They have to work for their salary. They have to work for money. They have to work for their livelihood. But sensitiveness, जो insensitivity इतनी ज्यादा है, चाहे वो courts हो, चाहे वो management हो, चाहे वो government हो, ये थोड़े sensitive अगर हो जाएं, अगर उनमें बची है थोड़ी भी संवेदना, तो buyers को घर मिल जाएगा. Particularly about Unitech, थोड़े भी संवेदनहीन अगर हो, ये बिल्कुल संवेदनहीन है, अगर थोड़ा भी ये इनमें सेंसिटिविटी रहे तो घर मिल जाएगा, क्योंकि बहुत सारे बायर्स का पैसा देना बाकी है. There are so many low hanging fruits, I mean, which are on the verge of completion, particular to Unitech, so it can be handed over. Only thing is, थोड़े प्लीज सेंसिटिव हो जाओ, चाहे मैनेजमेंट हो, चाहे कोर्ट हो, चाहे गवर्नमेंट हो. बायर्स लोग उतने ही बहुत ज्यादा परेशान है, मिडिल क्लास हैं, लेकिन बहुत परेशान है.
Right. Gentlemen, thank you so much. We have completed run out of time. But trust me, this is not the first debate on News9 Live that is happening on the topic of who stole my home. We will come back to this, and I promise you, gentlemen, that we will be discussing it at length further also. But now we need to shift focus to Mumbai, where we are getting an information that a chartered plane has crashed at the Mumbai airport. A private Learjet 45 aircraft operating from Visakhapatnam to Mumbai veered off the runway and crashed during landing at Mumbai airport today. The incident happened at runway 27. And there were 6 passengers and 2 crew members on board. The accident happened as visibility was low, almost to 700 meters due to heavy rain. No casualties have been reported so far. So there we go. An aircraft VTDBL tail number VSR Venturous Learjet 45 aircraft operating between Visakhapatnam to Mumbai was involved in a runway incident veered off from the runway while landing at the Mumbai airport. 6 passengers and 2 crew members were there on board, and the visibility was as less as 700 meters. Then that's why it appears, because of the incessant rain, the aircraft veered off the runway on landing. This is the latest visuals also from the Mumbai airport. Quite a busy airport, but this time around a private aircraft, VSR Ventures Learjet 45 VTDBL, operating from Visakhapatnam to Mumbai, was involved in an incident, a crash. Upon landing, the aircraft veered off the runway. Runway number 27 is where this incident happened, and there you see the tail ID there, VTDBL. There were 6 passengers and 2 crew members on board. As of now, we don't have the clarity on the status of the passengers, and this initial reports are saying that the aircraft skidded off the runway because of incessant rain, and the visibility was also less than a kilometer. 700 meters is what has been reported so far, and no casualties reported as of now. Well, time for a short commercial break here. More news and updates on the other side. Stay tuned.
With all this gear, you must be wondering if I'm climbing a mountain. Well, let me give you a wider look of this place. This is Asia's largest mountain of shame.
A mountain of waste, almost the height of